Today, we're excited to share news that Catheter Precision has secured its first VIVO system purchase by Scandinavia's largest hospital, marking a key entry into the European electrophysiology EP market. In this video, we'll discuss how VIVO fits into the EP market, its competitive advantages, and Catheter Precision's path to commercial success. Let's dive right in. 1. Product value proposition. VIVO is a non-invasive 3D cardiac mapping tool that identifies 𝗟𝗓𝗦𝗡𝗧𝗑 pre-procedure, enabling targeted and efficient ablation during surgery. This innovative approach reduces operating room time, contrast use, and radiation exposure, which can be up to 90% less compared to conventional methods. Importantly, VIVO is both FDA cleared and CE marked, with over 800 procedures performed across the US and Europe demonstrating its safety and efficacy. The economic benefits are substantial, with streamlined workflows, lower procedural costs, and greater patient throughput due to faster interventions. Clinical data from a 50-patient VT study showed a 90% procedural success rate at a 7-month follow-up. 2. Market niche and industry evolution. There are two primary drivers fueling the market opportunity for VIVO. First, technology push. Recent advances in artificial intelligence AI-driven diagnostic tools are reshaping the way electrophysiology is performed. VIVO's AI algorithms, coupled with non-invasive pre-mapping capabilities, position it at the forefront of this technological evolution. Second, market pull. Hospitals are increasingly demanding efficient and cost-effective tools that lower procedural time, improve safety, and increase productivity. VIVO aligns perfectly with these demands, offering a comprehensive solution that addresses key pain points for hospitals and EP practices. The market is also shifting towards non-invasive mapping technologies, creating an opening for VIVO to provide an alternative to traditional catheter-based systems. This shift is driving broader adoption and easier integration into existing workflows. 3. Patient outcomes and real-world evidence (RWE). Initial results suggest that the VIVO system improves procedural success while reducing patient risk. By minimizing radiation exposure and potential complications, patients are likely to benefit from shorter hospital stays and faster recovery times. Though large-scale RWE is still being accumulated, early studies indicate meaningful gains in quality-adjusted life years (QALEs) and improved long-term outcomes. As more data becomes available, the clinical value proposition of VIVO is expected to become even more compelling. 4. Competitive landscape. Catheter Precision's main competitors can be grouped into 4 categories. Conventional electroanalytic mapping systems like Cardo-Bioscience-Webster, Insight Abbott, and Rhythmia Boston Scientific offer complex but invasive mapping capabilities. These systems are well established, but generally more expensive and require catheter-based procedures. Ablation catheter technologies such as Abbott's flexibility are focused on targeted tissue destruction but do not offer mapping capabilities. Robotic navigation systems like Stereotaxis Niobe and Hansen Sensei offer enhanced procedural control but are not involved in non-invasive pre-procedure mapping. VIVO differentiates itself by being non-invasive, AI-assisted, and cost-effective. Rather than aiming to replace these technologies, VIVO complements them, providing a valuable addition to existing workflows. 5. Market access strategy. Catheter Precision is pursuing a flagship hospital-first strategy aiming to deploy VIVO in high-volume clinical centers to build early reference sites and generate local clinical evidence. With CE marking already secured, the company is focused on broader European rollout. Partnerships with regional distributors, like the recent deal in the Middle East, provide a replicable template for market entry. The company's emphasis on clinical value, cost savings, and workflow efficiency is resonating with hospital administrators and EP teams, driving adoption and creating a network of satisfied customers. 6. Financial and valuation analysis. Catheter Precision's financials reflect a company in early commercialization. Revenue for Q12025 rose by approximately 74% quarter-over-quarter to $143,000. Total trailing 12-month revenue is approximately $480,000. Net losses for the same period were around $23 million. In May 2025, the company completed a $1.5 million private placement to support operations. The balance sheet shows modest assets and liabilities with limited cash on hand and highlighting the need for continued capital raises or revenue scale. While financial risk remains high, revenue growth, clinical traction, and strategic fundraising are critical near-term indicators of sustainability. 7. Due diligence. Over the past year, Catheter Precision has made significant strides. Revenue has rebounded and shown strong quarterly growth. The company obtained CE mark for its locket closure device. Strategic expansion via new product launches and distribution partnerships has broadened its reach and solidified its position in the market. Additional funding has extended its runway. However, ongoing reliance on external capital and thin cash reserves present an ongoing risk. 8. Valuation and forward outlook. Given the early stage of the company and high execution risk, we are employing a discounted cash flow DCF model adjusted for risk to determine a valuation range. For the discount rate, we considered a range of 15 to 20%, which is typical for small-cap medtech companies with high risk. Revenue projections are highly variable and depend on the rate of hospital and EP practice adoption, which is uncertain. We project $1 to $2 million in 2025 with potential scaling to $50 to $100 million annually over 3 to 5 years if adoption accelerates globally. Profitability is targeted for 2028 to 2029. Key catalysts include new hospital orders, published real-world evidence (RWE), and regulatory milestones. The company's ability to secure additional funding will also be crucial. Short-term outlook less than 12 months. Volatility is expected and the stock price will likely remain range-bound unless there is a significant operational breakthrough or setback. Midterm outlook 1 to 3 years. If product traction continues and the company shows progress towards profitability, we see the potential for a 5 to 10x valuation increase from current levels. Long-term outlook 3 to 5 years. Successful global adoption of VIVO and sustained clinical evidence could drive the company to a $500 million, $1 billion valuation. However, this outlook depends on capital management, strategic execution, and navigating regulatory pathways, all of which introduce significant risk. In conclusion, VIVO represents a promising and differentiated solution in the cardiac EP space. Its tangible benefits and cost, procedure time and safety, coupled with strong clinical performance, position Catheter Precision for success as it expands into Europe and beyond. However, the company's financial fragility and execution risks underscore the need for continued diligence. The coming 12 to 24 months will be pivotal for translating clinical promise into commercial viability and ultimately shareholder value. Thank you for your continued support and for joining us in this exciting journey. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss any of our future updates. Together, let's navigate the dynamic world of medical technology and innovation. Until next time, stay healthy, stay curious.